Saying it's one of the greatest games that they've put out for Xbox. So.
Cool. I would take it up to the table.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man.
Excuse me.
What is up, guys? Welcome to this incredible episode of Video Game Hunting. Didn't have a whole lot at the Weigh and Pay Goodwill, but I did see this up there and I figured, why not? I want to complete my game for the GameCube here, and that is Donkey Konga 2. Oops. Donkey Konga 2. We went to Second and Charles. Naturally, I had to go look through the video games. So, first up, for $3.96, got Spectral Force 3 for the Xbox 360. Had never heard of it, but pretty much got it for that reason. Atlas, and it was pretty cheap. But it is a strategy RPG. Found this one, which I was surprised that it has the value, but I never had seen it before, so I figured I'd look it up. But Animaniacs: The Great Edgar Hunt for GameCube. This is apparently not a common GameCube game, but it's a platformer with Wacko Yakko and Dot. If you ever watched Animaniacs, it's awesome. The game's complete, by the way. Next game up, that game is Fatal Frame. So if you're not familiar with the Fatal Frame games, obviously it's a survival horror. You control this girl and you're trying to find I think it was your brother in this one. He gets lost in this haunted house, and you find this camera obscura, and this old camera, and you can take pictures of the ghosts, and the closer they get, the more damage it does, but the more scared you pretty much are. Apparently this is a really good one to play at night in the dark. And then this one was staring me right in the face. I'm looking to collect all these games in this series, and that is the Dot Hack series. We picked up the first one in the GU series. So there's the first 4, and then you have 3 more after that. But yeah, Dot Hack GU Volume 1 Rebirth. So obviously it's an RPG based on like a massively multiplayer RPG. So you're like playing an RPG within an RPG, and heard pretty cool things about it. Found these games at my local Second and Charles. I went ahead and got this one while it was sitting there. But that is Lunar Legend for the Game Boy Advance. They had $9.95 on it. I got it for $7.96. Apparently it's pretty much like the portable version of Lunar Silver Star Saga on the PS1 and Sega CD. Picked this one up, played it some, and man is it hard. But I really want to pop it back in and try it some more. It's a shmup, and that is Darius Twin for the Super Nintendo. Now, this game I had seen, and I think it was maybe this exact same copy, because I remember it had a generic case. I passed on it, and I haven't seen the game since. Now, I know it didn't get probably the best reviews, but it seems like it's kind of uncommon. Onechambara Bikini Samurai Squad. Anyway, no manual. But it does have the disc, and it's in good shape, so... been looking for this game for a while. This completes this series for me. That game is Drakengard. So these Drakengard games are really fun, kind of hack and slash RPGs. Alright, now I have a lot of games here, but I don't want to break them up. So all these games I would consider to be the Power Play. So first up, my buddy at Second and Charles, he was looking these games up, and these don't trade in. And he had never seen it before, and I've never seen this before, but there is a slot on both the base converter as well as the Sega Master System to play Master System cue cards. I didn't know they existed until I saw this. And what I got was Spy vs. Spy on the Sega Master System cue card, which is really cool. Obviously, you play as the two spies from like Mad Magazine, and very complete. So it has the manual, which is pretty sweet. It has a Master System poster, which I'm not going to open it up right now. I do like a Master System kind of collection video. I'll show it then. And then a Spy vs. Spy cue card. So for the next game I got with that I actually bought, really wanted to get it to add to the GameCube collection, and that is Mega Man X Collection. Now they wanted $44.95. It does not have the manual. This game just really varies in price, but it has the 7 games in it. So Mega Man X through X6, I believe, yeah, and then some Mega Man racing game, and then these were a couple of the NES games that were held. So first up, got this one for the low price of $35.96. Power Blade by Taito. Yeah, that's a really cool, very clean copy of it, the NES. I actually had to check both of these games, you'll see, to make sure that the pens, I mean, they were so clean. They barely had any dirt on them. These were really well taken care of. I was hoping it wasn't like a reproduction, and it's not. They were really well taken care of. But I checked the boards and everything. Anyway, plop this in. It's really fun. Getting the upgrades to your boomerang. And little known fact, this looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it was actually the artist, a picture of himself. This was him, and he did his own rendition of that for the cover art. So that was really cool. But the game's really fun. I haven't been able to progress too far into it, but yeah, I look forward to delving more into that one. And then the best pickup of yesterday, another holy grail, or at least another heavy hitter for the NES library. That game is Contra Force. Yeah, buddy. And this is the cleanest copy of Contra Force you'll probably ever see. The gloss. Look at the gloss. It's just amazing. Now, this game is widely regarded pretty much like the worst of the Contras, I guess. Or at least not for the old NES ones, anyway. Obviously, the first Contra and Super C are much better games than this one. This one was supposed to be another game in Japan, but to sell it here in the States, they made it Contra and changed the sprites, I guess, and whatnot to make it look like Contra characters. But the problem with this one, it has a lot of slowdown in it, and when you're walking across the screen, sometimes the screen doesn't catch up to you, so then you don't see enemies off to the side that are shooting at you. And so you got a lot cheap deaths. So you kind of have to go back to the middle so the screen will center back on you and then move over. It's really weird. The cool thing was, though, they have like 4 characters that you can change at any time, like turtles. And they have different weapons and everything. It's not a bad game. But it's not the best. It's not quite what we expect from Contra. But as you can see, they had 102.95 on it. After the discount, I picked it up for $82.36. So a little bit of savings on that. And then the final thing. Earlier this week, I bartered a trade. Anyway, I talked with my buddy at 2nd and Charles. He had some Genesis stuff that he's really mostly just trying to collect for CD-based and DVD-based games now, and isn't really attached to his cartridge stuff as much. So I've been sitting on this 60 gigabyte PS3 for a while, and I know he wanted it, and so we made a trade. And that 60 gig, it's worth a good, decent amount of money because it's backwards compatible. First one up is a really hard, I guess it's kind of a mix between a shooter, a shmup, and almost like a Mega Man action kind of game. But it is Atomic Robo Kid. This game is hard. I don't even know if I got past the first level. I might have gotten to the second level. And the hard part about it, it's not because it's hard. I mean, enemies respawn behind you like in old NES games. That's one reason why it's super hard. And I don't know, there's just so much stuff going on. Does not have the manual, but the game's in there. I played it a lot the other day. It's fun, but like I said, it's really hard. All right, and the next one. Now this game I could not quite get to work yet. I'm going to try to clean it up some more, see if I can get it to go. But this game is notorious, and these Tengen carts are pretty notorious for being more cheaply made than regular Genesis carts. But this is not an easy shmup to run across. So hopefully I don't have to. You can take the soldering and resolder to another board and all that. I don't really want to go through all that if I can't help it. That may be something later down the line. Hopefully not, but hopefully I can get it to clean and clean up and get it to work. Blech. But that game is Grindstormer. And then the last one. It's definitely one of the more uncommon games for the Genesis. I would dare say rare. And that game is Splatterhouse 2. Look at that. Look at that alien ripoff on the front there. But anyway, so this is really cool. You play this boyfriend who has his girlfriend taken. Apparently, in the first one, she was taken by monsters, and he has to put on the terror mask to get her back. And then they've taken her again in this one, but you put on the terror mask once again. You beat this beefed up guy just killing these monsters. There's no manual in it, but it does have the really clean copy of the game. Really fun. You can pick up items in it like chainsaws, bones, rods, and you can do different attacks. I mean, it's the same attack, but different items to use against the monsters and to just demolish them completely. So, really happy to get this into my Genesis collection. I have a few decent Genesis games, but I don't have really many of the heavy hitters. And this is definitely a heavy hitter. So I'm happy to add this one to the collection. And again, thank you to my buddy Eddie for helping me out with that. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. We will see you later.